I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look at the upcoming launch of Space Misfits. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. The launch is coming up in the next week or so. It looks like quite an interesting game. They have some video elements which are not really moving properly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But from what has been moving, it looked quite interesting. I think there's also a video. It's an exciting play-to-earn space action MMO. Just keep in mind, nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. Space Misfits brings an exciting and intense action space game to the blockchain. Explore new worlds, battle it out for scarce resources, build your fleet to earn a fortune in space. Alright, so you can fight for resources, battle it out in worlds for scarce resources and conquer the universe. Explore galaxies. Every new world is procedurally, that's a difficult word, procedurally generated with a new place, with the new places to explore and conquer. Alright, so it's not only one part of the map, I assume there's multiple components there. Build your fleet, collect resources and build a wide range of ships, turrets and modules to expand your fleet. Play to earn digital tokens and cryptocurrency, playing Space Misfits and earn a real world income. Very cool. Space Misfits video, I want to see it. I'm very curious to see how this looks, if it's actually playing properly. It's not really, maybe it's my computer that's being laggy. But I don't usually have problems playing videos like this. I would love to see the gameplay footage, guys, so maybe I need to turn off my ad blocker for this one. Maybe that helps. I don't know if it does, but okay, quick match. Okay, what's happening? Where are we going? All right, we're in some kind of ship. We have missiles, we have cargo. Still super laggy, and now we have a white screen. I assume that it's loading. Okay, so we're going intergalactic. We have gravity bombs ready. And it looks like you're flying in a ship and there's like onwards coming projectiles which you need to shoot at. Yeah. So it's a shame that the video is so laggy. I hope that if you watch it yourself at a later stage, it is not this laggy, because basically the in-game footage is one of the best components, I think, for investors to see. So basically it's like open world. You can fly around and then you're targeted by missiles, or missile is near, and you can shoot at other players, go through gates. I think I got the idea of what this game is about. So that's quite cool. There's not that much else on the page available. Not a white paper, not a pitch deck. But I wouldn't be doing my research if I was not able to find the white paper, which I did. You just have to Google it. So if you type in Space Misfits white paper on Google, this is what shows up. The official Space Misfits white paper, updated November 3rd, 2021, so about 2 months ago it was last updated. Space Misfits is space-based, no shit. Massive multiplayer online role-playing game built with player ownership as its foundation, leveraging blockchain to ensure everyone is in control of their own assets and can manage how they see fit. Cool. The vision. The goal of Space Misfits is to be a unique, immersive and ever-changing world, always creates new experiences and isn't just a grind fighting unintelligent NPCs. The MMO gameplay progression through seasons with a size, scope and lore that enables incredible future growth and direction. More to come on this later. Some examples of the many types of events for a Misfit to explore is fighting back specific targets while others deliver fuel in convoys to scarce locations. Invasions through alliance, where the most powerful Misfits will have to help fend the doers of evil. Okay, very cool so far, actually. I'm quite surprised. I don't usually like galaxy space games at all, but this sounds quite cool. Additional expansions of new features, functions and systems will be based on player growth and exploration and will continue to turn up the level of immersion and opportunity. The game expansion will progress with the lore, factions through being at war and can join for common goals. Okay, cool. For faster expansion or go solo for tactical advantages. Conquering new systems and establishing a new bases, blah, 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 acquire through, finding clues. Okay, basically a very, very good explanation of the vision, actually. Usually these are quite fake, but this one is quite detailed and like a full understanding. I feel like after reading this, I actually have a proper understanding of what the game should be like. I'm not actually going to read the lore because I'm not really a lore kind of guy. The backstory is cool, but I'm not going to play this game. I just want to have a basic understanding of what they think the game should offer. And there must be like some story to it, which they have, which is great. So the game concepts. What is the game actually about? What can we do? The current core concepts of the Space Misfits consist of the following gameplay mechanics, each bringing its own unique style and level of gameplay. Space fight and dogfighting. What does that mean? Dogfighting. I don't know what that means. But space flight, and dogfighting. I assume shooting at each other with spaceships. I actually don't know what that means. Mining minerals, I do know what that means. NPC hunting, PvE. There's a PvP component, which I think in such a game, from the gameplay we've seen so far, could be super huge, right? Crafting and building, fleet development, crew management, job management, tactical planning, resource management, known and unknown space exploration. That's cool. I like the unknown space exploration. Stations, planets, and large gameplay, first-person shooter mode. Through these modes, players will be able to access various scenarios through different perspectives and gameplay styles. Progression is the big focus of the game, require bravery and risk to maximize the income. All players will bring their blockchain assets and start out as a lone survivor, battling to stay alive and trying to reach. Okay, cool. If I read this, it sounds like it has huge potential. I just would like to know the economic, economy is right here, so maybe I'm ahead of myself. The economic integration into the MMORPG, because I think these MMORPGs usually thrive highly on gameplay, but lack economic monetization. Space Misfits is developed with progression based on seasons rather than a linear game with clean start and end. Alright, the idea is to build a foundational game and let the community drive what each subsequent season will include beyond the planned development roadmap. That's cool. The hope is to see this turn Space Misfits into a fun and sustainable player-driven world of storytelling and lore created by each of you. Well, don't let me decide, because then we end up with a messy game. Then it will be one major cash grab, probably. To get things going, we have laid out the following season plans. This season focuses on independent development of each misfit, trying to survive, build their own fleet, pilot the best ships, and establish dominance in current systems, and progress to new goals and achievements delivered through additional rogue releases. This will include the NFT exchange, player-to-play P2P market. Okay, I get it. Ship turret modules for giving. Okay, the King Station is our only home for now. In order to complete this season, the factions could potentially have to accomplish a common goal before progressing to the next season. What will be the challenge? Hopefully we'll find out soon. That sounds quite cool. Now our solar system is no longer such an inhospitable place, and it's even beginning to grow. The Orion Misfits have made these systems ecosystem which has made very lucrative area for visitors, old new alike. The Misfits will need, so they're going into a little bit of storytelling here. It's not really that detailed, but it says players generated events will commence rewards Misfits with NFT rewards and prizes. So this is not really that detailed, the season 2, but I assume the more you go away from the initial launch, the more vague the roadmap becomes, right? Discover season 3. By this time, the 7 systems have now exposed themselves and are now a thriving ecosystem continuing to expand into the universe. It is now time for the Orion Misfits to branch out, and this season will open up space exploration and the ability to discover new world along through additional station and planetary interactions. This season will also open players, first player engagement, and will result in further distribution of income. Okay, all clear? Role playing. Okay, so where are we right now? Still on the game mechanics. Okay, so it's quite detailed. The role-playing players will be able to choose a wide variety of roles inside the Space Misfits. Each role will give a player an opportunity to earn bits they can use to buy in-game assets. So I assume this is the inflationary token. Some of the roles available are miners who harvest materials from asteroids, builders who craft in-game assets and sell on the market. Okay, so this is a real RPG, MMORPG type of setup. I like it. The NPC hunters who fight in open space and claim the loot. Each role a player plays gives them an opportunity to earn in-game rewards. Okay, but then on a different kind of level, the way I assume you like to play the game. Excursions. In this game mode, players will embark on excursions in roguelike gameplay, flying through procedurally generated levels. As each level is completed, a player must travel through space gates to enter a new system and complete tasks. The gameplay can be completed solo or with other players. Okay, so that's also nice. You can do it either alone when nobody is online basically, or preferably on an MMO you would play it with your friends. The further the player progresses, the higher the rewards are. Players must choose to keep progression through the levels, collecting more rewards, abandon the progress, return the rewards they have collected. If a player loses their ship in the game mode, all rewards, including their ship, will be lost. Ooh, okay, so there is definitely on the excursion high risk, high reward potential, right? With the rise of popularity of esports, comes the need to bring esports inside Space Misfits. Players can play in-game currency wagers on their matches. Okay, so that's basically sport betting, right? Which is obviously, as I mentioned in every game review, a betting system is usually a very nice system to implement, but a little bit risky for your younger players, right? Because I don't know what the governing law is in most countries regarding that. Up to 5-5 matches going to be supported. Okay, I love that. I love the option to sport bet, basically. Even if it's only with in-game currency, it just makes the fight so much more interesting if it's not only about honor, but also about some kind of tokenary reward. Spaceflight. Space Misfits is not ultra-realistic spaceflight simulator. We're bringing it back to the days when space games were fast and fun. Players will be able to play a more enjoyable dogfighting experience. Okay, so dogfighting is basically, yeah, shooting at each other, I assume then here. With either a cockpit view or third person outside the ship, players will have full control. I don't even think this is a bad thing. I think so many games focus on making it ultra-realistic that if you take a step back what they're doing, I don't like space games in general, so don't ask me. I might not be the right person, but this is like a unique approach, might really work for them. I don't know. Security zones. The 7 systems are controlled and protected by the Misfits. Player will have the opportunity to freely PvP in the unexplored space outside the 7 systems in Season 3. In order to keep... Okay, so I would like to see the roadmap, because they keep talking about these seasons, but I don't know how long it would actually take for those things to be set up, right? If a player engages another player inside the 7 system, Misfit Patrol will seek the attacker out and immediately destroy him. A penalty will be applied to that player, and the NPC Patrol will continue to seek out and destroy it for a specific amount of time. Okay? You get like hunted and shit. Early development versions have friendly fire blocked and will be impossible to shoot another player character inside the Space Misfit. When Season 3 releases, new security features and controls will discourage this behavior inside the 7 systems. That makes sense. Otherwise, the noobs, you just get negative gameplay, I think. Space stations. Man, this is quite a long white paper, it appears. Space stations are... It's good though, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's long. Space stations are the central hub of every system and will each contain a marketplace, forge, space agent, and hangar, as well as private areas. Okay, the station, place a refuge from the harshness of space, and every system contains at least one place for players to seek refuge, store their ships, and items to conduct their business and hang out with other players. That's cool. You can basically go to space station as in home base, right? The marketplace, one of the more interesting elements, I would say. The marketplace is the lifeblood of the Space Misfits economy, located on every station and scattered across the vastness of space. This is where players will transact with each other and within their factions. This is where crafters sell their forged items, where grinders sell their minerals and rare items, and where market makers will play. That's me. All transactions for crafted items in the marketplace will be conducted with crown tokens, previously SMC, the premium in-game currency of Space Misfits. Okay, in-game currency, so this is not the governance token, this is the inflationary crown token, okay? Transactions for minerals and items can be found in-game will be conducted in bits. So, okay, hang on. The premium in-game currency, Oh, premium. Okay, so this is the governance token, crown, and then bits is the inflationary token. Deflationary, inflationary. Yeah, I think so. A player can visit the marketplace to buy a wide range of built ships, but modules, turrets. Okay, cool. Fees. A 5% broker fee will be assessed on all trades in the marketplace and will largely be deposited in the Space Misfits DAO treasury. This pool will be initially managed by Jade Stamp Studios, which I think is the creator, with the full intent to transition ownership, management, and governance to a formal DAO that will be created and wrapped around the game. This DAO will be owned by the stakers of the Crown governance token within the DAO. Yeah, okay, so this is the governance token. Bits is the inflationary token. Station ownership token. Players who own the space station tokens will be entitled to a distribution of the fees that are accumulated in the marketplace. Only when the appropriate reputation and proof of work has been achieved will station owners collect these fees. Jade Stamp Studios will announce the final allocation for these fees as well as the proof of work specifics before the gameplay is launched. Support token holders, Misfit Founder token and Misfit Support token, will be allocated a percentage of these fees. Also must complete proof of work to receive these fees from the marketplace. Alright, quite detailed there, quite detailed. Then you got the hangar where they basically store the spaceships, right? The hangar is the place where players can access their inventory inside the station and where the ships, turrets, modules, resources and other items can be inside the station are stored. Okay, repair servers are available. Damage fees are paid in bits and will be burned upon collection. That's cool. Well, you gotta keep that inflationary token down somehow, right? Each ship must be fueled. Fuel costs bits. Okay, there you go, and will also be burned. Each space station has a hangar. Players must pay fees to store their items in the hangar. And the more items are stored in the hangar, the more they have to pay in bits. Okay, and then again it will be burned. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. If a player becomes indebted to the hangar, they'll be unable to recover until the debt is paid. If a player becomes inactive for a certain amount of time, their inactivity will cause their fees to accumulate. A player can decide to sell their items in the hangar to recoup their bits to pay for outstanding storage fees. That's cool, because then consistently, even if players decide to quit, come back later, take a little break, the inflationary aspect, I think that's really smart to keep that token supply down. And then basically they can sell their ships, they pay off their debt, and then they play the game again, and so they can buy new ship, right? It's like ever-flowing economy. Hangar also manages equipment on ships. A player can buy items in the marketplace and equip their items on the ship they purchase. Players can install and remove their items from the ship and manage. Okay, cool. The forge, I assume that's where you build your shit. The forge allows to craft ships, turrets, modules, weapons, and a wide range of other items in the game if they own the assets to do so. Blueprints are required inside the forge to craft along with the materials, minerals, and bits needed to complete a given build. Ooh, apologies. New blueprints can be acquired through the Space Misfits store and already minted assets through the ENJIN NFT marketplace. Currently, even forged items housed in the server off-chain contained. Okay, cool. Players will have to use the forge again to replace the item if they own the blueprint and have. Okay, so this is very cool. I'm starting to like this game more and more, to be fair. Space Agent is a location inside each station, several specific purposes. First, private space exists, and depending on your role in the station, might be more than just a bunk. The second purpose is decide what you like to play. Taking an adventure. Okay, players can choose to enter different excursion zones, mining zones, review. Okay, cool. Ensure appropriate security. Okay, cool. The mining. This is the minerals, right? Mining is a gameplay mode inside. So here we go into the gameplay modes. Yeah, cool. Mining is a gameplay mode inside Misfits that allow players to harvest resources from asteroids to bring them to the station and sell in the marketplace. Players can equip various mining turrets that can break down asteroids and collect what's inside to store in the ship's cargo hold, hoping for a safe return to the station. Asteroids can be found throughout space in the original mining zone through excursion. Different asteroids. So in the excursion, I think you should be able to fight as well, right? Different asteroids contain different resources, and players should wisely choose what to collect. Additional modules will be available in the future to enable. Okay, cool. Players must approach asteroids on their ship and engage their mining turns to extract minerals from the asteroids and store them in the ship. Once they are finished, mining, a player can take the minerals back into the station and store the minerals in the hangar. Players can use these minerals in the forge along with the blueprint or sell them on the marketplace for crown. If you don't make it back to the station without losing your ship, your cargo ship module's weaponry will be lost. Yeah, so that's probably somebody trying to get mine the asteroids, and somebody else is going to fuck them up, shooting at their ship, trying to steal their shit. That's cool. I like that. There's a risk to it, right? The risk is important because that's what makes the game fun. NPC engagement. NPCs are an important part of progression through the Space Misfits universe. Non-playable characters, or NPCs, can be found throughout the asteroid belts and inside excursion zones. Players will engage NPC pilots, hoping to defeat them and collect resources and complete missions. NPCs have different items on board, and players can loot when destroyed, can drop bits and any other items that they might possess. There's a wide range of NPCs that players will engage with, from small fighters to heavy fighters, cruisers and carriers. NPCs can be unique and will prove difficulty to defeat, especially the bosses, quote unquote, who provide a unique battle experience, giving players, okay, so you might want to team up for that one, that would be cool. Then you got factions. Factions are a big part of the gameplay and progression. Players will have the ability to choose what they want to use. Each faction provides different stats. For example, one faction improves turret damage while others improve armor and hit points. Okay, 3 different factions. Are the factions discussed? No. Power play. In order to obtain these bonuses, a player must participate in the power play. It's a daily mission a player must complete. So this is basically your daily quest, which is great for like repetitive huge of the game, to get people back in every single day, even if it's just for a limited amount of time. This could be a mission to save a hostage in space. Specific materials bring it back to the station. Every time a player completes a power play, it will count towards the points in the faction's power play. The faction that receives the most points will win the power play, and the players in that faction will receive their bonuses. Levels. As a player progresses through the gameplay, or through the power play, and earns their bonuses, the progress through in levels, a player can eventually level up in a faction. The higher the player's level, the bigger the bonus the player will receive. That makes sense, like a loyalty program, right? Switching factions. The player can switch factions when they want. When a player switches faction, they will lose all progress they made in the previous faction, all bonuses. That also makes sense. Additionally, earned points. Players will have the ability to use telemetry. Telemetry? I don't know what that means. Telemetry they earn in the game to convert to faction points. For example, a faction might require 100 telemetry to complete a mission. The player will have the ability to convert the telemetry to complete the mission, which pushes the power play forward. That makes sense. Disembark. Okay, because now we've solely spoken about what to do in the ships and how that works, but you can also leave your ship, apparently. Disembark will be a release that introduces first-person shooter combat into Space Misfits. I think this is really cool because it's basically like a type of sub-game within their universe. In this mode, players could compete by boarding abandoned ships inside excursions and loot for resources for treasures. Players will have to engage in NPC combat along with fighting other players to progress, and then choose to disembark through timed events spread across the universe. Players will enter the excursion zone at a specific time and must locate the abandoned ship inside the zone. Once the player locates the abandoned ship, will deploy the biotech droid to enter the ship. The player will become the biotech droid to have full control over the droid to enter. The droid is equipped with a wide range of weapons to defend itself against other players and NPCs. So that's basically, I think, you here. Disembark is also part of the power play, where players' performance inside this will go towards their power play. Disembark will be the first time players will be able to use their biotech droids in Space Misfits. These droids are fungible tokens that were purchased in the pre-sale. Each droid will have various stats and perform different compared to others. Only combat-related droids will be able... Okay, so that's cool. We'll have to keep in mind these droids to see if they're NFTs or how to get them. Okay, the actual economy. So here we're pushing, right? Let's see. So the station owners, the treasury, and the founders get 5% of the marketplace fees. Crafters burn bits and earn materials, or they earn crown, and there's a 5% fee that goes to the station owners, treasury, and the founders support tokens. Then the crafters buy bits. The crafters convert bits to in-game bits, and then the burn, and then it continues. Sushi swap, web app, in-game marketplace, Grinders buy ground. Grinders spend ground to earn bits. Grinders convert in-game bits to on-chain bits. Yeah, okay, and then that cycle continues. Okay. A sustainable free-to-play, play-to-earn economy. This is like basically one of the most important part next to the tokenomics and the roadmap, right? So do pay attention on this one. I know we've been going for quite a bit, but this is important. Okay, the Space Misfits economy will be run on two currencies, bits in Crown, formerly Space Misfits Crown or SMC, both of which will be launched on-chain. Bits will act as the first utility token in the game, earned through various proof-of-work gameplay modes representing players. Okay, we know this. Players will burn, okay, bits through, yeah, that we know. Crown will be act as a governance token for the DAO, we know this, and it's used in the P2P marketplace, we know this, and you can hold it in your Web3 wallet. There's a 5% fee, we've already read this. In order to craft these items, they will need to hold the NFT blueprint in their ENJIN wallet and use to force, okay, bits, that makes sense. Minerals can either be mined, okay, yes, we understand. The concept behind this tokenomics plan is to create a system where new players can freely jump in, that makes sense. Non-fungible token and fungible token assets, that makes sense. Demand for 2 tokens, we've seen the 2 tokens in almost all major games, so that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's have a look at ENJIN. Today, many non-blockchain game studios opt into monopolizing digital asset ownership, okay. Space Misfits believes that truly, okay. The large majority of NFT Space Misfits are powered by the ENJIN Blockchain technology, and their smart contracts give Space Misfits the ability to leverage virtual assets from the Ethereum blockchain into the game. ENJIN continues to evolve its network capabilities, offers a software development kit SDK, enabling users, okay, so they are going to run on ENJIN. Assets can even be backed with the ENJIN coin itself. Interesting. So now we have the in-game tokens, the blueprints, crafting, NFT, leverage. There's only a limited amount of blueprint NFTs available in the store, and only so many of each asset class will be ever minted. To anticipate the potential for future blueprint constraints and to ensure scalability, blueprint holders will have the opportunity to create a one-time copy of their blueprint in the future release. Okay, that's cool. That gives people some perks if they hold the blueprints early. Biotech clones. Space can only be, and droids can act as clones. Okay. Players can acquire these droids through the shop or in the ENJIN marketplace. Okay, droids will be limited in supply. Okay, interesting. NFT droid holders will be able to craft droids with bits. Okay, so they are basically the people, yeah, who control the economy, and they can be purchased with Crown. Okay, cool. Space station ownership, I think we've covered this one already. Planet outposts, holy shit. This looks like Red Alert, right? Planet-based land play is planned to be released in 2022 according to the current roadmap with further development. Okay, that makes sense. But it looks cool. Have like an outpost, like as like a substation. These outposts will harvest several types of materials. Oh, basically it's like a harvesting base. That's quite cool. That's definitely really cool. It does look like a harvesting base, but it really looks like Red Alert. If you ever played Red Alert, it does look like that. Okay, company tokens, another token. Earn in-game ownership inside tokens of companies. All right, necessary. As a holder, you will have voting rights that you have certain control over the company. Every company in Space Misfits will provide different services or products. Okay, there will be a total supply of 100,000 tokens. Okay, so this is like a sub-economy within the economy. 6% of total supply of tokens will be allocated to. Okay, cool. Interesting, making it more complicated, but it does make sense. They are working with ERC 1155 on the ENJIN Blockchain, ENJIN Marketplace. Infinite supply backed by 0.0001. Okay, that's the telemetry. So that's basically the hidden data and the fungible tokens that they said what you need for the power plays and stuff. You need it for missions and shit. Okay, that makes sense. Tokenomics. Are we at the tokenomics now? Yes. Okay, 2 tokens. We've seen it. Launched on the Ethereum network. they will have the ability to be bridged across Binance Smart Chain and the Harmony network to provide cross-chain support. That's really good. That makes sense. All right, let's have a look. My favorite part, the crown allocation. Crown is an in-game usable, okay, blah, blah, blah. The advisors are getting 6% and a 2-month cliff, 10% released every 2 months. All right, that's a little high. Jadestamp Studios is the team, 15% 6-month cliff, 10% unlock every 6 months. So the tokens are released very quickly for the team as, it's every 6 months, sorry. I thought once a month for 6 months. No, it's every 6 months. So you're basically talking, long-term here, semi-long-term here, treasury, play to earn, early adapters. Early adapters, what does that mean? Is that like the IDO? 5% released on TGE, then 10% released every month. Okay, the remaining 60% crown supply is to be determined. Token allocation subject to change prior to the token generation event. That's disappointing, mate, actually. So we've gone through such an amazing white paper. I'm quite impressed. It's not the best one I've ever seen, but it's like really good, really detailed, and these tokenomics are quite poor. So I'm not too much of a fan of this tokenomics, especially 16% of total supply to be determined 1 week before the IDO. That's a little strange. The purpose of our play to earn allocation is to extract. Yeah, okay, I do understand that. Token amount 80 million, percentage of supply 40% allocated to that. Staking, vesting. Staking options, there are different lockup periods, 2 to 6 months lockup, incentivized long-term holding, claiming rewards. Okay, there will be different ways to it. It must be vested for 6 months. You're staked in the pool. Okay, when the rewards are claimed. Okay, so they're going to cut the supply basically by cut the supply of the initial token by making them stake for a long time, giving them sub rewards, which is something we very often see, right? There's nothing new here. All good. Treasury funds will be distributed over 5 years. Governance, yeah, it makes sense. It's all okay. So they're basically going over. So this is what the team, the advisors, the early adapters. Okay. Early adapters will always be part of the success. Okay, to qualify for this fund, you must own at least Spaceship Station Owner Token, Planet Ownership Token, Misfits Founder Token, Support Token. A total of 6 million tokens will be was distributed through to holders and paused due to high Ethereum gas fees. Okay, so if they've been doing this for a while. If they already started in 2019, 2020, I would love to know more about these asset allocations, because that is basically referred to in the tokenomics as early adapters, right? 3%, 5% released on TGE, then 10% released every 3 months. Again, they're in it for the long term, but if they were assigned allocation in 2019 and 2020, this is 3 years ago, like 2 to 3 years ago. So what do these people actually contribute at that point? I'm curious to know. It's currently in our rogue update with habitats and scheduled to start development in Q4. Okay, so the launch, procedural generated levels, rogue-like gameplay, NFT drop, player-driven marketplace, bits, exchange, implementation, turret, module building. Then it goes into this. The 7 solar systems, the habitats engine, all fighters, cruisers, all turrets, clone management, chat, UI, disembark, first person gameplay. I think this is the most interesting part, right? The real playable game. And then your exploration, outer solar systems, ownership, token management, open PvP, space exploration, guild system. Okay, interesting. Not super detailed, but the milestones are here, which is important. So they started February 2019. That's quite a long time ago when they did the development. They did a token pre-sale, which I assume is a seed round for $55,000. They did a rush event over, so an airdrop, okay, to players in a single player gameplay event. Multiplayer deployed, architecture, PvE multiplayer survival game, PvP arena release, server architecture UI, rogue begins, jumpnet migration, seek and learn, roguelike gameplay, R6 update. Okay, so that's basically the milestones that they have completed so far. Now let's go. So you can actually download this. Let me click on download because I don't have a PC. I don't know what's happened. Early access and in beta happen very regularly. Okay, and you can download it. If you go to shop now, where do we go? We go to the shop and we can actually buy stuff, and it's in dollars. So we can buy a bombshell, blocker, we can buy some turrets. We can, so the ships are sold out. No hugs. Sin wagon, stoolmaker. Some are sold out already. Electrocutioner. Okay, light them up. Let me see. So Windows, heavy fighter, heavy fighter, heavy fighter. All the heavy fighters are sold out except this one. So you have the stoolmaker. Okay. So let's see. This one is the only one not sold out, but you have to sign in first. And I don't have an account. But I would like to know what these things get. Can you stake them? How does that work? So ships. Most of the ships are sold out already. Then you got turrets, which most are not sold out. You got components to build shit, I assume. Okay, now let's deselect this. Whoa. I just want to see the components. Nothing on the components. And then modules. You got bombshells and blockers. And the blockers are already sold out. Oh yeah, of course you need to create an account. Okay. So I might create an account just to explore what the ships can actually do. But definitely this is a cheap one. And then all the rest is already sold out. So this is all access levels. Heavy fighter, heavy fighter, heavy fighter, heavy fighter. So basically the Outrider is basically the only one you can buy at this point, which I assume is the shittiest one, but I don't know about that. I haven't seen it, right? So let's see what kind of news they have. The collection. So the last post was a while ago. Okay, so this is basically the rewards that they have. Seek and learn collection. All right, this is the collection they have launched so far. And that's probably what you see in the shop. Moon Labs. Moon Labs acquires Petrol Labs. Big news coming to Moon Labs. They have made an acquisition of 1.2 acquiring control. Okay, so that's basically in the beta. There's already stuff going on. Pilots. Okay. So they have some storyline. They're quite heavy on the lore. Tutorial. There's a mining guide. Okay. But it's not. These videos do not play properly for me, so that's a shame because they do have. I would love to show you some in-game footage, and at least go over the videos and stuff. But again, that's not possible at this moment. So the white paper, yeah, decent. Tokenomics kind of weak, unfortunately. If we look at their Telegram, they're sitting on only 12,000, so I assume they're quite heavy on the Discord, hopefully. 17,000, also not that many, so the communities are relatively small from what we're compared to seeing on actual launch pads. Let me see if they have like a medium or something, because there should be more information there. There's not that much information on the actual Space Misfits website, but that's maybe they don't have like tokenomics, but maybe this is because this is for players, right? For players to focus on, not for actual investors. So if we look at Space Misfits Twitter, 26,000, that's decent. So they did an airdrop, 500 random winners for $20,000. We're hosting, okay. And what you need to do to get access to the airdrop, how many people are participating. Usually I'm not really interested in participating in such an airdrop. Look at how many people participate and how many are they going to select. 500 random winners, 20,000, so $40 each. That's not really worth it for me to participate in. Attention all misfits, town hall, 5 questions, so basically AMA. Okay, so Seedify is hosting it on 15th of January. The allocation is 400,000 that they're going to raise for a price of 16 cents, right? Which makes me, so they have a Medium post on Seedify, and I just want to see the tokenomics here, because the tokenomics in the white paper weren't good, right? They focus a lot on the story. Again, look how much they focus on the story, a lot. And I like it, it makes sense, but I want to know about the tokenomics. Okay, so the IGO is actually going to be on the Polygon blockchain. Initial market cap 665K, January 15th, IGO date, listing price 16 cents, 20% 25% TGE and then 25%. Okay, so the initial market cap, I'm just going to go based off that, what the actual growth could be. They're going to raise 400K. I don't know if they're going to do any other launch pads except CDFI, but it would be great if it would be only CDFI doing it. IGO, okay, let me see. Whitelist, ENJIN Marketplace. Okay. I'll check out that ENJIN Marketplace in a second. Okay, so basically my price prediction for this, because we have to look at the market cap. Again, for these type of games, early stage, they have quite some progress. They have a playable demo and stuff, 25% DGE on a 400K raise. Initial circulating supply basically being quite high with 656K. I mean, still, game can do 5 million, should not be a problem in terms of market cap for such a game. They have a very little audience, right? Relatively little to what we normally see, so I do keep that in mind. My rough price prediction, because basically the tokenomics are not really that clear, I would say I'm going to participate in this one because due to circumstances I do have some CDFI. I'll be happy with the 5x on this one. So 5x, 10x, that is where you should be. 5x more likely, keep it conservative, but definitely a good entry. I will definitely participate on the 15th on CDFI for this game. So that's what you came here to learn, most likely. That's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to explore the ENJIN Marketplace for Misfits. And see if we can find it. Space Misfits, there we go. 20,000 assets. Okay, Rex. What does that mean? Worthless space junk. Misfits founder token, 19 on sale, starting from $1,000. Created 3 years ago. Melt fee 10%, transfer fee 10 ENJIN. Holders 207. So they're $1,000, the cheapest ones. Qualifies for 2 exclusive airdrops a month, percentage of station monthly market fees. So you would have to investigate this if this is interesting, if this would be something that's interesting to get. Kate Savage 2, long range hardened DPS, apply, okay, bonus 3% increased laser damage, special ability, quality common, 14 on sale, starting at $100. Rex is a, what is he? Is he also a common? $214. This is double more expensive. And then Bruiser is the most expensive one. No, 123, but doesn't give the rarity. Okay. Circulating supply, 273. Okay. So I don't know actually what these characters are used for. It's not really that clear at this point. There's a lot of things without images, like Retriever, Marine. I assume those are like all characters. I'm not familiar with the ENJIN Marketplace anyway. Item transfer to JumpNet, I don't know what that means. Space Misfits Rush, 400% drop boost. Here we have more characters. This one looks kind of cool. Drax, $900. Yeah, quality, legendary. Bonus 6% increased damage on all bursts with less than 500 meter distance. Okay, so these are like the in-game benefits, I would say, that you can get. All right, you have some skins. They're only $21. And I assume when the game goes live and gets like real adoption, then these things will be valuable, right? They'll be valuable over time. Okay, so this is like a different faction. Estrella skin. Oh, these are just skins again. So epic skin, $440. Holy shit, that's already quite expensive. Misfits support token, $126. One exclusive airdrop, shared station revenue, 5% of brokering and service fees grants Misfits supported title in the game. Those are cheap still, 13 on sale for 126. 8 available, 53 ENJIN. Is that the cheapest one? Yeah. Okay. If you're looking for games, that might be interesting. And then there's some more. There's a bounty. What does that mean, the bounties? A piece of prize space loot only given out to the most loyal misfits in the universe. Rumor tells the agent, okay. But rumors are rumors. Alright. $3,000. Holy shit. Probably why they're $3,000 is probably because they will get. So this is a fungible token. Probably land or something, or like a space station is something that you will get. Here's another one. So they do reward their early adopters, it appears, generally with, like, when I say like 2 airdrops, probably all these items that you see here were airdropped to the people holding the token. I can respect that. I mean, reward your early adopters and reward them properly, and that's apparently what they've been doing quite successfully. So on the ENJIN marketplace, there are definitely a lot of opportunities already if you're interested in this game. A little bit medium to long term, I would say, because if the IGO is happening on the 19th, right? Or where was the date for that specific one? 15, right? The listing price will also be 16 cents, and I assume the listing will happen days after the IGO, right? Then there is a big opportunity for this one, definitely. The roadmap, however, should be a little bit more clear, so you might want to explore their communities. So they do have, oh, here the white paper is here, the audit is here, so you should just go through their links. But in general, I mean, the roadmap for the investors, right? If that's only available on the white paper, I can check Discord. Let me get Discord booted up. Yep. Then we can have a look there at what they actually offer. Okay, Space Misfits, verification, dash verify. You'll be DM'd a CAPTCHA, but I have my DMs off because security for my own community. Yeah, see? Okay, so I can't really look into the community in terms of the chats and stuff, but I can look at the announcements. So they do the airdrop, AMA, in-game content. Oh, that looks good. Disembark gameplay. All right, here we go. What's this? Access cards, minerals. The website will go down today for an hour. Major cosmetic changes to our platform. Trading history. The cards, tickets. Alright, so you need to make an account to see all of that, right? So he was signed in, and that's basically something that I didn't do. Whitepaper 2.0 is out. Alright, so they do keep consistent with updates, and I think this one has good potential, but they might want to do a little bit more marketing, because I didn't hear about this before, and it appears they have been working on this for like 2-3 years, right? So for Space Misfits, I think it has tremendous opportunity. I will be joining the IDO on CDFI for Space Misfits, so you can definitely expect a price prediction update in the near future when this goes live. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe down below. If you are interested in Misfits for the longer term as an MMORPG play to earn game, you might as well want to explore the marketplace, the shop that they have available, and of course the ENJIN marketplace that we looked at, because some of these NFTs or FTs are still cheap and you can snack them up, and it might offer you some additional opportunity. This is everything for Space Misfits. I think it's a good game overall. Whitepaper, lore-wise and gameplay-wise, I would rate it 8 out of 10. Tokenomics-wise, overall, the roadmap-wise, it's a little weak, 4 out of 10 on those points. Where you can see the team has definitely been focused on the actual game, which is great, but also they should consider the investors, of course, when they want to raise money. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.